Welcome back to Burnt Cookies, episode 5. I never tell you guys to like or subscribe, but if you can like and subscribe, that would be awesome because it just makes me kind of happy. And also, there's pretty good information for the folks that are out there. So, today's episode is all about money, gifting, and fans. We're all a fan of fans. So, these are 3 kind of big things on the playa, especially gifting for me. Gifting is my favorite principle. I absolutely love it. It has changed my life in so many ways. It's introduced me to so many amazing people, and it's just a passion of mine. This is my pendant for this year that I designed with my friend Lofax, and that he helped me get made and done. And so I'll be gifting over 200 of these on the playa this year. And these are other designs from friends of mine who were in my exchange. Here's the one that I did last year to gift people. Polaris, the North Star that I built, and then it was Animalia was the theme last year. So the tentacles, because I have tentacle tattoos all over myself. These are ones that I did for my campmates at Loveburn and at Apogea this year. I run a camp called Cheese's Crust. And so I like giving little gifts like pendants and fun, weird things like that to my campmates. And then you can also do things like customize things that you print out on your own. Like I did these for Apo. I did these for Loveburn. Apo was Cereal Safari, the theme. So I went with the Mythosaur skull. And Loveburn was, God, I can't remember, space themed. So I did little astronauts holding little hearts that say 24 and say Loveburn. So there's tons of different ways to gift. Pendants. There's little trinkets. There's bracelets, like these amazing ones that my friend made, or like little simple ones like this that are super cute and meaningful because, I'm Cheese's Crust, so she brought me some cheese. Or ones like this that are native beads and seeds to the country that my friend was from. And it's a really beautiful bracelet that I wear all the time. And I think about her every time I wear it. Or like homemade stuff too is really fun. So one folks that I met took the little sliders and turned them into little Burning Man symbols on pendants. And so they're recycling from their plastic stuff and they're making a cool little gift. Another friend of mine decided to do baby alpaca fur on little necklaces so you can wear it around and it's super duper soft and amazing. But gifting doesn't always have to be a thing. So it could be as simple as a hug. It could be a conversation. It could be knowledge that you're gifting. It could be anything. It could be food. It can be a Freezy Pop, electrolyte Freezy Pop. Those are an amazing gift that blew me away at Ripple when I first went over there and met those guys. So gifting is what you make it. And it doesn't have to be a thing necessarily. Like there are a lot of cool things that we gift and a lot of cool pendants and that kind of stuff. But gift is anything that you give freely. And when you give a gift, you don't expect anything in return. It's not an exchange. It's not a barter. It's a gift. You're giving it because you want to give it to someone. Sometimes they have something also to give you, and it's awesome and amazing, and it ends up being a little bit of an exchange, but that's not what it's about. When you give and you really embody gifting, you don't necessarily need anything in return. You don't want anything in return unless it's something that's really special, because that's the thing. You're giving of yourself. You don't give to take. You give to give. And that was a great thing to learn and an amazing thing to experience, and something that I really love about Burning Man. And gifts are art car rides. Gifts are anything. Just even knowledge is a gift out at the burn. And so that's why I'm gifting all these videos to you guys, because I want to share my knowledge and I want to share the things that I've learned to make your lives easier and more fun when you're out on playa. So the next thing is money. And we may get back to gifting a little bit. people do all different kinds of it. I mean, these are other pendants that I've gotten this year, for this year, that are going to be other people's gifts on Playa to give out. And I'm in a pendant exchange with other makers. So I get a bunch of their pendants, and they get one of my pendants. And we do this before we even get on Playa. So I'm not going around searching for everybody on Playa to try to find them to give them their stuff or to give them my stuff, because we've already done it. Or we'll find each other online afterwards. So the fun part is just blowing people's minds who never expect something like this from you. They give you a piece of gum and you whip out your pendant, and it makes them so happy. Or like one of my favorite ones was this amazing camp called Ego Trip, and they were serving these hard kombuchas, and man, they were outstanding. I don't really drink, but hard kombucha was tasty. So I roll up there and I'm drinking a few of these hard kombuchas and really enjoying it. And the bartender guy was super duper nice. And I go, "You guys are killing it back here. Can I give you guys a little something?" And I whipped out a few of my pendants, these guys, and I gave them to each of the bartenders. And they were like, "Wow, these are really cool. Thank you so much." And then one of the bartenders goes, "Don't go anywhere." And he disappears and heads back into his RV. And comes back out with one of their pendants for their camp. And it was breathtaking. And I still treasure it to today. So you never know when your generosity is going to pay off in spades, or when it's just going to make the other person's day, which is the best freaking part of it. Money is not really a thing on Playa. Money, you pay dues for your camp. You pay for ice. That is the one thing you want money for. So I always bring like whatever, $40, $80, something like that, just in case, and for ice and stuff like that. But you don't really need money on Playa. And they also take cards if you want to just bring your card, usually. Or Apple Pay if you have your phone or whatever. It's actually pretty awesome at Arctica. So you need money for that. I guess the only other thing you'd really need money for is like fun things. But you don't really want to buy that out there, because you don't want to end up having to deal with law enforcement, and that's scary. So you don't really need money for anything. Like, it's a free society. It's a gifting society. If you're at a bar and they're making you a drink, that's their gift to you, is this amazing drink that they're going to make you. They don't need a tip. They don't need anything. If you want to give them a gift, engage with them while they're making your drink if they want you to, tell them a story, talk to them about life. Find out what the highlight of their day was, or what kind of weird shit they've seen, because they see some cool weird shit. So, money is pretty much useless. Pay your dues to your camp, but otherwise, it's not really a thing out on Playa. Like, you don't need money. Have a good card or something like that if you really want to, but you're more likely to lose something like that than to actually have it become useful. So, when you see people talking about paying for drinks, and say, no, that's not a thing. Like, you don't pay for drinks. All the bars are free. All the food gifts are free. Also, when you're getting a food gift, it's often not going to be quite what you expect as far as size-wise. Very often is it a big serving. It's often a couple little bites, because they're doing this for thousands and thousands of people. So it's going to be a few little bites. It's not going to be a big dinner or like a sit-down type meal. Only very few places do that kind of stuff. So make sure that you realize that gifting and money kind of go hand in hand, but they're not even close to the same thing. You don't gift to get something in exchange, but say you get a beautiful little snack somewhere. Then I whip out one of my pendants and I give it to the person that gave me that snack, or I find the person who made it, even better, who made that snack, and I make sure that they get a lovely gift, or both of those people get a lovely gift, and I like to gift when things light up my day, because I know that my gift will light up their day. So, subject number 3, fans. And you're always welcome to comment with any questions or anything else like that, or if anything I say is confusing. I'm an East Coaster by nature, so I know I talk fast, but I like to get through a lot of stuff, so that's why. So, you can start with the basics. You can get these little fans for like $6, $8, $10. wherever, these little wooden guys. I get cute ones that have fun little designs on them and stuff, so that if I want to gift them away, people get excited about it, or if they see it and they're like, oh my god, that's so cute, then I can just be like, oh, here, take it. So 5%, 18%. So a little bit bigger, a little bit nicer. Flapping fan, I call these ones, because people can clap them if they want. Good airflow, usually really nice. You can stick them in your backpack, and pretty useful on the playa. I usually almost always have one of these guys with me. Now, these aren't really great for me because they're not the best airflow. I get hot, and so I like to have a little bit more airflow than that. When you're ready to step up to the electronic side of things, this little guy is the next step up. He's rechargeable. He's the next one I would recommend. He gets C-type rechargeable. He has 5 levels of fan. He has dual fans. And he lasts, I'd say maybe like 3 hours-ish, 3 to 5 hours-ish. It works pretty good. But you can see my hair's not like flying everywhere. It works decent. Not great, but decent. Okay? So, good for just kind of sitting around camp and giving yourself a little airflow, but nothing crazy. And these guys run like $12 on Amazon or Temu. Now, the next step up that I highly recommend is one of these guys. So this guy has a little like tripod base. He's got a little hook. He's a little bit higher power camping fan, larger radius. I guess he's probably like a 6-incher. And he has a low. That's his low. That's a medium. You can see the medium is already starting to move my hair. And that's a good thing. And then he has a high. And the high is pretty nice. Like, if you hung this above you when you're trying to sleep, it's a pretty decent amount of airflow. And it'll probably keep you cool for a little bit as the sun's coming up. So, really nice thing to have. And these last usually about, again, probably about 3 hours on high, probably about 5-ish hours on medium. But I really like this little guy. When I'm going somewhere and I'm going to be sitting for a while, or if I'm going to like a presentation or something like that, or a sound healing or anything like that, a meditative thing, I find stuff like this to be really, really nice to have with me sometimes, and I'll just throw it in my bike even if I don't use it, because if it's super hot in there or if I'm uncomfortable, I'm not going to want to stay. And sometimes it's stuff that I really want to learn or I really want to see, and so I want to stay. So I bring what I need to make myself comfortable. That's radical self-reliance. Now this guy is my favorite find of the year. He is little. He's very portable. You can even throw him in your little fanny pack sometimes. He has a neck strap. He's C-type rechargeable. He not only tells me what level he's on, he also tells me how much battery power I have left. So I absolutely love this little guy. And the way that I use him, like, you can just set him on the table or whatever, or put him right here, and he works really well. The way that I really like to use him is I like to use this strap that he came with. I like to angle him down like that. And then you can literally wear it around your neck. And I'm getting a great airflow right now, even on number 1. So that's 1. 2, it's got 5 levels. So here's 2. Probably already moving my hair as much as the high on most of the other fans on level 2. 3. 4. And level 5. And like, this thing is like a wind tunnel. It's pretty amazing. And so I highly recommend one of these little guys. I think they're $15 on Temu. I don't know if I found them on Amazon or not. I'll try to put the link in the info, in the comment, and highly recommend one of these guys. You can put it around your back and just have it blowing air up the back of your neck. Pretty amazing, and works really well. And then the other fan that I've really liked is this little built-in solar fan that goes on my hat. Now, you just click him, and then he goes right on your head, and he blows on the back of your neck, and he's solar powered for when the light's out. So get you good fans, and I'll see you next time.